This morning, rap mogul Jay-Z is denying allegations he assaulted a 13-year-old girl alongside rapper Sean Diddy Combs. That civil lawsuit filed against Combs in October was amended Sunday to include Jay-Z. The accuser, identified only as Jane Doe, says she was assaulted by both men.
Certainly. Here's a continuation of the long, dramatic narrative in English based on the context you've provided. This section aims to maintain the same tone and pacing as the original, sensational, speculative, and intense in its style, while highlighting the broader consequences unfolding from the scandal. But as the smoke thickens and more names begin to surface, the question no longer is if the industry will be shaken, but how deeply the cracks will run. What started as a federal raid on one man's property
is losing hundreds of thousands, millions of followers every day. And she still hasn't said anything. Just pretending like life is great in Paris.
Is it her place to say so?
I mean, probably not, considering she's gonna be indicted for anything she would say. These are criminals. Diddy is a drug dealer, and so is Jay-Z. The proof is there.
What age was Foxy Brown signed?
I wasn't paying attention to Foxy Brown.
But that's...
I didn't sign Foxy Brown.
I know you.
I'm
just asking a question.
Because I'm on the block. I'm responsible for everybody.
You the boss.
That. Yo, don't beat around the bush. Say what you want.
I'm just asking.
What do you mean by that question?
I was just asking.
What are you insinuating?
I'm not insinuating. I just asked the question.
I
thought Foxy was like 16. That's all I'm saying.
It sounds like you.
All I'm saying is in this industry, when we live in these glass houses.
It seems like you got a question for Jay. Ask him. Y'all keep asking me questions y'all want to ask him because he ain't here. Ask him. I ain't got shit to do with that, and I don't even.
Is snowballing into what many are now calling the entertainment industry's reckoning. A Pandora's box has been opened, and with every leak, every whisper, and every lawsuit, it becomes harder and harder to contain the fallout. Sources close to the investigation have hinted at something even more alarming: a structured, decades-long operation allegedly run by a tight-knit group of influential insiders. This wasn't chaos. This was...
So, civil complaint, simply allegations, needs to be proven in a court of law, but if true, it could rise to the level of criminality, and, we'll see what happens or if the DA looks and investigates.
It's interesting because obviously this civil suit was coming for a while.
Yep.
And there was some talk between Busby and Jay-Z's lawyers. I think both Busby and Jay-Z's lawyers are really out.
There wasn't a few wild parties that went too far. According to insiders, this was systemic. A well-oiled machine designed to groom, trap, and silence, using fame, fortune, and fear as both carrot and stick. In these secret circles, power wasn't just flaunted, it was weaponized. As federal authorities continue to comb through terabytes of encrypted data, the whispers grow louder about who might be next. Already, several major film studios, record labels, and talent agencies have quietly begun internal audits, emergency legal reviews, and in some cases, suspended certain executives. Panic is brewing behind closed doors. This isn't just a celebrity scandal anymore, it's a corporate liability. Meanwhile, the Carters' silence has become deafening. For a couple known for their mastery over public image, the absence of any clear statement or rebuttal is being read less as a legal strategy and more as a signal of fear. They have always played the long game, the quiet game, the elite game, but the rules may be changing. The media, once hesitant to touch the royal couple of music, is now circling. Questions are no longer whispered, they are shouted. Where were they? What did they know? And most critically, what did they do? Behind the scenes, it's been reported that Beyonce's team has gone into crisis mode. Multiple PR firms, legal consultants, and digital security experts have been hired to try and track leaks and scrub platforms of any unauthorized content. Still, the internet moves faster than lawyers. Screenshots and speculation spread like wildfire, and every denial only seems to add fuel. And Diddy? He remains the eye of the storm. Some believe he's already flipped, offering cooperation to the feds in exchange for a reduced sentence. Others argue he's merely biding his time, playing both sides while watching the empire he helped build begin to crumble. There are even rumors that additional footage may be released intentionally, perhaps even by Diddy himself if he feels cornered.
Jay-Z got his by his sister-in-law on camera. What's her name? Solange. You got it after. The feds ain't step in and do nothing. The feds don't care about you getting your are scared of him. I think they more so they don't want him to embarrass their reputation and things that they've been known for. You understand? I think that
one source put it bluntly, he's not going down alone. He has the goods, and he knows it. Among those most terrified are the handlers, the ones who made all of this possible. The agents, managers, assistants, and security personnel who, for years, were paid to look the other way or to facilitate logistics that now look disturbingly suspicious. Some are reportedly being approached by authorities for testimony, others have already lawyered up. And as the noose tightens, more cracks are beginning to show. There's another angle to this, too, one that's only just starting to receive public attention. Victim advocacy groups are calling this a Weinstein-level moment, a tipping point not just for justice, but for systemic reform. If the allegations are true, then Hollywood's most glamorous veneer was little more than a smokescreen for exploitation, and the public is no longer content to turn a blind eye. Already, federal prosecutors are said to be preparing a sweeping racketeering case, similar to those used against criminal syndicates. If successful, this would mark a historic shift in how celebrity culture is policed and prosecuted. The days of NDAs and silent settlements may soon be over. Accountability is knocking, and it doesn't care how many Grammys you've won. But perhaps the most tragic part of this entire unfolding saga are the victims, the young men and women, some of them minors, who thought they were chasing dreams only to find themselves caught in a nightmare. Their stories are heartbreaking, their courage in stepping forward is undeniable, and the world is finally listening. Still, the question remains, will justice be served? Or will this too be swept under the rug, buried beneath influence and money and celebrity worship? As the public waits for answers, as names continue to be whispered and reputations begin to fall, one thing is clear. The story is no longer about Diddy, Jay-Z, or Beyonce. It's about an entire industry built on secrets. And now the world wants to know the truth.